Hi, fifth graders. Coming with you with a grammar lesson today. I thought we'd go over pages 83 and 84 together before you start the next part of our grammar lesson. So I'm going to go over the answers. Now, I don't want you to watch this video and write down all the answers if you haven't already tried it on your own. I want you to try it on your own first and then get your paper out and watch this video and go over the answers. If you find that you have missed several of them, I mean, like silly mistake is one thing, but if there's a part that you really can tell that you missed a lot and you don't understand, then you need to go back and watch some of the videos. Now I'm noticing that this is linking verbs, and I'm thinking I might have given you guys videos on direct objects. So I'm going to have to go back and look at that and make sure that you have some good linking verb videos to watch. So if I realize that you don't, then I'll post a couple in this lesson because I'm having a hard time remembering what videos I posted for what classes. There's too many of you. All right. Sometimes it's hard to keep it all straight, especially since it seems like everybody is doing a verb chapter in grammar and it's all different. So anyways, that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. So I'm going to go over pages 83 and 84 with you. So I want you to get that out so that you have it handy. And I'm going to go over the answers with you and kind of review a little bit. Check it off. Make sure that you understand this before we move on. Now remember that a linking verb tells what the subject is by linking it. An action verb tells what the subject does. A linking verb tells us what the subject is, and it links it to either an adjective or a noun. Now you know that nouns are a person, place, thing, or idea, and an adjective is a describing word that describes a noun. Okay, so that's how you tell the difference. If it's a person, place, thing, or idea, it's a noun. If it's describing the noun and telling something about it, like the color, the texture, or the feeling, then it's an adjective, okay? So what you're doing on page 83, they have you putting parentheses around any prepositional phrases, which we memorize prepositions. You should be able to find your prepositional phrases, and underlining the linking verb twice and the subject once. Now remember, the subject is the main noun at the beginning of the sentence that tells us is what the sentence is about. Okay, the linking verb is going to link the two together. Prepositional phrases begin with a preposition and end with the object of the preposition, which is going to be a noun or a pronoun. Okay, not all the sentences have prepositional phrases though, so that's the tricky part. All right, so number one, the skate smells sweaty. There's no prepositional phrase. Your subject is skates. The linking verb is smells, and sweaty is a predicate adjective. So you should have labeled S above skates, LV above smell, which is underlined twice, and then PA above sweaty. Number two, my sister looks excited about the game. About the game is a prepositional phrase. It begins with the preposition about, and it ends with game, which is the object of the preposition. So you should have parentheses around about the game. You should also have my sister looks excited. Sister is the subject, underline it once, put an S above it. Looks is a linking verb. You underline that twice and put an LV above it. And then excited is a predicate adjective, which would get a PA. Excited is an adjective. It's not a noun. I mean, it could be excitement is a noun, but excited is an adjective. Okay? Now, number two, the players are students at Heritage Christian Academy. At Heritage Christian Academy is a prepositional phrase. It begins with the preposition at and ends with the proper noun Christian Heritage Academy. So that needs to be in parentheses. The players is the subject, so you underline that once, put an S above it. Are is your linking verb, so you underline that twice, put an LV on it. And students is a predicate noun. Students, they're things, well, people, so that's a noun, okay? PN above that one. Number four, the teams appear ready in their uniforms. In their uniforms is a prepositional phrase. Begins with the preposition in and ends with the object uniform. So that should be in parentheses. The subject is teams. Underline that once and put an S above it. Appear is the linking verb. Appear gets two lines under it and LV. Now, appear sometimes Could be an action if somebody suddenly appears, but in this case, it's linking the teams to ready, which is ready is an adjective, so PA above ready. That is page 83. So let's look at page 84. Page 84, hockey is a popular sport. That's number one. You're doing the same thing that you were doing on the other page. So there's no prepositional phrase in this one. Hockey is the subject. It gets underlined with an S above it. Is a linking verb. It gets underlined twice and gets the LV. And then sport is the predicate noun. Hockey is being linked to sport. Number two, the stick is very hard. This does not have a prepositional phrase in it. Stick is the subject. Underline it once and give it an S. Is, again, is the linking verb. Underline it twice. It gets the LV. And then hard is a predicate adjective. It is describing the stick. So it gets a PA above it. Number two, in this game, the puck is a small disc. In this game is a prepositional phrase. It begins with the preposition in and it ends with the object game. So that should be in parentheses. Puck is our subject. That gets underlined once and gets an S. Is, again, is our linking verb. Underline it twice, put an LV above it. And then disc is the predicate noun. We're linking puck to disc. Number four, the game became a sport around 1918 in Nova Scotia. Now, this sentence has two prepositional phrases in it. So, the first one is around 1918. Around is the preposition and 1918 is the object. The second one is in Nova Scotia. In is the preposition and Nova Scotia is the object. So you should have parentheses around both of those, okay? Don't put them all in one big parentheses. Around 1918 in parentheses, separate set of parentheses around in Nova Scotia, okay? Then our subject is game, so that gets underlined once and gets an S. Your became is the linking verb, so that gets underlined twice and gets an LV. And then sport is the predicate noun. We're linking game to sport. Number five, the first game of hockey was thrilling. Now, this one has a tricky prepositional phrase. If you don't find it and pull it out, it can mess up what you think is the subject and the verb. So we look at the preposition of and the object hockey. So that should be in parentheses. Then you can see that game is the subject, was is the linking verb, and thrilling is a predicate adjective. They're describing the game. Okay, so then down farther, you're doing the same thing, but there's the initial task of putting the sentence pattern in the blank. So this is just simply writing the letters SLVPA or SLVPN in the blank. Oh, that's all you're doing. That's the only extra thing. Okay. So number six, in hockey history, Lauren Chabot, or Chabot? I don't know how to say that name. Anyways, Chabot is famous. In hockey history is your prepositional phrase. Put that in parentheses. Lauren Chabot is the subject. It's allowed to have two words as the subject here because it's a proper name. Is the linking verb. Famous is a predicate adjective describing Lauren Chabot. So in the blank, you're going to write SLVPA. Number seven, he was a legendary goalkeeper for the Rangers. Your prepositional phrase is for the Rangers. It begins with the preposition for, ends with the object Rangers. He is the subject, was is your linking verb, and goalkeeper is the predicate noun. We're linking he to goalkeeper. So in the blank, you're going to write SLVPN. Number eight, helmets are important equipment for hockey players. For hockey players is a prepositional phrase. You should be getting pretty good at recognizing prepositions, especially the ones that we use often like for, of, and in. The subject is helmets. Are is the linking verb, and equipment is a predicate noun. Helmets and equipment are being linked together. 9, Bill Beveridge was a goalie for the St. Louis Eagles. For is a preposition, always a preposition. So for the St. Louis Eagles is in parentheses. Subject is Bill Beveridge. Was is a linking verb, and goalie is a predicate noun. We're linking Bill Beveridge to goalie. So in the blank, you're going to write SLVPN. Number 10, the Eagles were not popular at that time. At that time is a prepositional phrase. Preposition at, ending with the object noun. So that should be in parentheses. Eagles is your subject. Linking verb is were. And popular is the predicate adjective. We're linking eagles to popular, even though they're not. But not doesn't count because not is an adverb in this case, modifying popular. So in the blank, you're going to write SLVPA. Now, in the apply and write, I'm looking at your sentences and I want you to make sure that you don't use a prepositional phrase thinking that that is a predicate noun or a predicate adjective. And also, when it asks for a predicate noun, you have to link the subject to a predicate noun. And when it asks for a predicate adjective, you need to link the subject to a predicate adjective. So that's it. So I hope that you get this because I know that some of it was kind of a review. But doing grammar on your own is kind of hard without your teacher, and I miss you guys. So if you missed a lot, I want you to go back and look at the videos and read the yellow box and try to fix your mistakes, rework it so that you can get most of them right before you move on to today's page, which is on more direct objects, I believe. Yep. Okay. So, all right. Well, I hope you guys are doing wonderful, and I miss you so much, and I can't wait to see you, hopefully after Easter. Fingers crossed. All right. Bye.